What's up, all my fight fans? So, Hashim Rahman did an interview, and he has come out to finally say all the issues that took place and regarding why the fight is not going on this Saturday with Jake Paul. Hashim Rahman has stated that he could make the 205-pound weight limit that was contracted to him, newly contracted to him. The original weight was 200 pounds, but now they were trying to come up with an agreement of 205 pounds. Excuse me. And he said that in this interview recently, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, that he could make 205 by Friday. He also states that they gave him 12 hours to come to agree or to sign the contract, stating that he is going to make the weight at 205 pounds, and that they cut it off 4 hours before the deadline. His lawyer or his promoter, I believe, was there in the call with this interview with Hashim, stating that he did get the email at 12 p.m. and that they basically canceled or turned down the fight altogether at 8 o'clock. Said the fight is off. They pretty much gave him 12 hours, but he only took 8 to take away the fight 100%. After watching all these interviews, after hearing what he had to say, even in the interview that he just did, he said that he weighed in about 220, 225 during the time they signed the contract, which was about 2 weeks ago. I'm just hearing so many reasons why Hashim Rahman did not want to make the fight. And here's what I got to say with it. Regarding this. I see this why, because Jake Paul, originally, Hashim Rahman, Jake Paul, supposed to fight Saturday, August 6th, contracted to 200 pounds. Hashim Rahman signed, said, yes, let's do it at 200 pounds. Then, Hashim Rahman cannot make the weight and has told Jake Paul's team, like, hey, I can't get my weight anymore down. So they give him a 5-pound allowance, saying, okay, now it's going to be at 205, and that you have 12 hours to make a decision. My question is, why did it take Hashim Rahman and his team to wait 8 hours to discuss this, to discuss all this together about the possibility of what needs to happen, about what the stipulations are, all these other things that are happening right now? And like I hear in the interview with his team, with his promoter, saying that, oh, well, we had to discuss it. You know, this ain't a dictatorship, that we're going to go over with his team, go over with his dad, discuss the stipulations where they're really trying to counteroffer, where there's other things on the line. At the end of the day, Hashim Rahman Jr., one, you're not calling the shots. You're not calling the shots in this. You are the B side. All this fight took place when Tommy Fury could not make into the country. So Jake Paul went around looking for somebody else. And he stumbles upon Hashim Rahman Jr. All due respect to Hashim Rahman, you know, your dad was definitely a legendary fighter. But at the end of the day, until Jake Paul called your name, nobody really knew who you were. Nobody really knew Hashim Rahman Jr. was actually fighting. No one knew about his past in the amateurs, about his 100-fight amateur fights, how his 12-1, I believe. He recently just lost a fight to Tommy Morris' son. So, and I believe it was a knockout, if I'm correct. I didn't even know. I'm a huge boxing fan, and I wasn't even aware that he was boxing. So nobody really knew that Hashim Rahman Jr. was even a boxer, unless you are like beyond words, die-hard, hardcore into boxing. So when I hear that, oh, well, they cut us out, you know, they gave me 12 hours, but they end up doing it like at 8 o'clock at night, and that was it. So My question is still, why? Why did it take you 8 hours to discuss it and to even think about it? If you're right now, by the time they're discussing it, they're saying he's at 215 pounds. And right now, you just said you are so sure you can make that 205-pound mark. Then, dude, right away, okay, you know what? Boom, make the fight. Make the fight. Because again, Hashim Rahman Jr., regardless of, I get it, not a lot of people are big fans of Jake Paul in the boxing community. You know, there's a lot of boxing community out there that don't like it. They want to see him lose. They want to see it. I get it. I used to be on that train too, but I got to side with Jake on this one. Why? Because Jake is the one paying Hashim Rahman. Hashim Rahman is not paying Jake. Jake Paul, as crazy as it sounds, has a name. Hashim Rahman doesn't. People are going to be paying to see Jake. People are not going to be paying to see Hashim. In this interview, one of his team members said that they were lowballing Hashim, that $2 million was not enough. I really truly want to know, what other fight did he make more than $2 million? What other fight did he make $1 million? 500,000? Because as far as I know, he has never even fought on like actual television. Again, like actual ESPN, Showtime, PBS, or whatever the case is, or PBC, excuse me, PBC. Like, I don't know anywhere else where he could have possibly fought, where we could even actually see it. Like, if you want to see him fight, you literally have to search through YouTube. And who knows what he's even making. So how is he getting lowballed? To be honest with you, I think Jake could have had him for 500,000. To me, that's not right there. That's not a lowball. But the fact that they're giving him 2 million, that's still a lowball? Are you serious right now? Regardless, I know you're probably even thinking about your dad's name. Hashim Rahman is thinking about that or any other possibility. But at the end of the day, this was a huge opportunity for him, for his team to miss that opportunity, to miss that window. It shouldn't have taken them anywhere near 8 hours to make this decision. One, you agreed to 200 pounds. You couldn't do it, even though you know your body more than anything. You have been a professional fighter for 12 fights now. You've been fighting in the amateurs. You know how your body is. I get it. People are saying, well, he's not young. Yeah, he is. He's 31. It might be a little bit more challenging, but if you are truly dedicated, if you are truly really deep into this sport, you can cut the weight. You can. They're not asking you to meet them at 175. They're asking you to meet them at 200. What do you walk around at? You walk, and I get it. This is short notice fight. Short notice fight. You're probably walking around at 230, maybe 225, give or take around there. But at the end of the day, you are bigger, you are stronger, you have more experience, you have more ring time, you're going to have the longer reach. There's so much things that you're going to have, but it just seemed like it still wasn't enough. The weight wasn't enough. And to be honest with you, if you guys really put on, if you really look into it, I guess I should say, if you really look into it, you'll see Hashim Rahman's dad even mentioning how he has come unprepared at times. And that's where I'm getting at. If your own father is telling you that you've unprepared at times in training and in fights, then this is where you are at now. Why? Because maybe you weren't preparing this entire time. And then you made an interview saying that how, Jake Paul did spar you at 230, so what's the big deal of fighting at 215? Again, you're not calling the shots. Hashim is not calling the shots. He asked you, do you want to fight me at 200 pounds? You said yes. Did you not think about it first? Did you not discuss it with your team? I mean, you knew your body. You know what you can do. The fact is, at the end of the day, if Jake Paul could go to another fighter, someone, maybe even Tommy Morris's son. Right now he can't, obviously, because we're so close to the fight and there's not enough time for promotion and such and whatnot. But he could go to Tommy Morris's son. give his Tommy Morrison's son $2 million, and he's just gonna make just as much money, if not more money, than he would have with Hashim Rahman. Hashim Rahman could go fight another person, a rematch with Tommy Morrison. He is gonna make not even close to what he would have made fighting Jake Paul. Not even close. His team were playing a very dangerous game. It really seemed like they were trying their best to get as much as they could. Jake was giving them an inch. They were literally trying to take a mile. That's what it seemed like to me. Because they've been in boxing longer, because they have, I guess you could say, the seniority in boxing. But unfortunately, it don't matter. None of that stuff matters. It's all about the name. It's all about who actually is going to put on the show. It's all about, who is the star. And right now, Jake Paul is the star. Jake is the A side. Hashim Rahman is the B side. Jake tells you, hey, you got this and this and this. Do you want it? You either say yes or you say no. The time came. Hey, here you go. Here's the fight deal. Let me know what you want. You want it? Because this is short notice. We got to do this now. Yes or no? Simple question. Yes or no? You could have said yes. You could have said no. So, that's just what I feel. That's just what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment. Do you think Hashim Rahman let go a big opportunity? Do you think Hashim Rahman was right in doing this and just taking away the fight? Just pretty much saying, nope, that's good. I'll fight somebody else. I'll do just fine. Do you think Jake Paul should possibly even give this guy another opportunity? Just like he did with Tommy Fury, and we see how that went? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.